How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the channel. This is Big Daddy Dave, and this is a map tour for a new mod map to Farming Simulator 22 called Rogue River Valley. We're going to start with the description, and it reads, Welcome to Rogue River Valley. Map offers the following: 2 new crops, alfalfa and black beans, American flag bale wrap, soybean straw, compost, coal, gravel, and many more fill types. New soybean, corn, sugar beet, and potato textures, 11 fields small to medium, animal pens custom for map, train with sell point for sawmill and carpentry, fairgrounds for fun with non-farming stuff, also a couple of road trials, organ plates, has several sale points and productions, tree weights lowered to make it better yarder experience, and much more. So you choose, do you want to have a small farm or logging empire? The map offers both. Thank you to all the modders who helped me grow to this point. This map was created by Poorboy and Catalyzer Industries and is 282.27 megabytes to download. There are no required mods for this map, and if we take a look at it, this is what it looks like. You do start here up towards the northwest, right at your starting farm, but right on top of a peak. I'll show you here in a second. Field prices, for the most part, are pretty good. I mean, you start off with some of the fields, 30,000, 31, 45, 40. You can buy the chunk of town here for $500,000. You also have some more field prices for 26, 26. You gotta believe that is, yes, okay. So yeah, I mean you get some good range with the farming aspect kind of deal. But you go into some of the forestry on the other hand, that can get a bit pricey pretty quick. 814, 884. There's no real good place to kind of start with that logging empire they mentioned. Looks like the cheapest one I can find is about 214,000. That's what it looks like. Maybe I'll get a little chunk here for 207,000. So let's see. But as you can see, we do start out with farmlands number 35 and 46. You can purchase the periphery. All parts on this map are purchasable. As you can see, you can even purchase the river. All the road networks can be purchased. It's pretty intense, all the stuff that you can get for this map. You do start out with animal pens. There are contracts, no production chains to start out with, and there are collectibles. There are 20 of them. I've up to this point have not seen any, so I don't know what to keep an eye out for. There are a load of mods that are available for this map, and we got to first start here in the buy menu. If we go down to the mods and DLCs and bring up Rogue River Valley, you can see here all sorts of stuff. So we've got the ABCC66. This is no clippings. I presume that means it's not going to leave a swath. Got the Komatsu here with a tree harvesting width of 400 centimeters. That is huge. The Komatsu Forwarder here. The Magzi, which has an unrealistic capacity. So you have a standard, a doubled, and then Unreal at 15,000. You've got the Mac Pinnacle here. I'm not 100% sure what's different about this. Maybe colors? You got the Load King here, which can use all the different fill types that are available for the map. Again, same thing here, but it also has an unrealistic capacity, 121,000. So yeah, they loaded this up with a bunch of mods for you to check out. So, but then if you go into the build mode, that's where things really get intense. You got a bunch of sheds, a couple of silos, No silo extensions. You do have a container here, and this one kind of confused me because it looks like it holds not only wood chips, but it holds some of the other custom products, including whatever that bale is. I'm not even sure what that... let's take a look at the... Nope, wrong screen. Let's take a look for that wrap bale. I mean, normally that's a symbol for a bale. So the orange pump was the kerosene that it can hold. Wood chips. I don't see what else that would be. Anyways, under tools there was nothing, and there is a farmhouse available. Under productions, again, lots of stuff. You have the Rogue River biofuels. You have the steel factory, wash plant, crude oil production, gold bar factory, feed production, paper plant. I mean, tons and tons. No sell points, no greenhouses, no orchards, and no generators. Under cows, you do have a couple of mods here. Horses, you have a mod. Pigsties, sheep, chickens, no bees, and no others. Under decorations, there were no new decorations, no lights, and no others. Then finally, under landscape, there were a few paint swatches in addition to base game, and no trees and no plants. So, we are here at the starting farm. If you look right down there, all those red buildings, that's the starting farm right there. We do stand up on top of this cliff here. Ignore all those signs. I need to generate some money quickly. So, since we are overlooking the starting farm, what do we start with? If we go here now and look at our owned items, we got quite a bit of stuff, as you can see. So let's check it out. Under small tractors, we have a Fendt Favorite 515C. Under medium tractors, we have the Valtra Valmet 8750, the John Deere 4755, John Deere 7810, and the Massey Ferguson 3670. So quite a bit of tractors. Under trucks, we have the Mack Superliner 6x4, the Deutz-Fahr Topliner 4090H Harvester. Under cars, we have the John Deere XUV 865M and the Lizard Pickup 1986. Under trailers, we had the Low King Distinction Super B pull trailer and a Welger DK115, as well as another Welger DK115. We have the header for the Deutz-Fahr, and we have a corn header, a Capello Dimet 8. Under disc harrows, we have the Agromaz BTC50H. Under seeders, the Nordstein HK25 NS3030. Under planters, the K-Brand Maxima 3-till. Under sprayers, the Hardy Mega 1200L. Under fertilizer spreaders, we have the Braidel K105. Under mowers, the K-Brand GMD 4411. Under tedders, the K-Brand GF 8712. As well as windrowers, the K-Brand GA 4731. Under forage wagons, the Strautmann Zelon CFS 2501DO. Alright, we're almost there. Balers, the K-Brand VB 3190. Under animals, we have the Joskin Aquatrans 7300S. Animal transport, the Flegel Noah TTW 140. Front loaders, we have the John Deere 6 excuse me, the 643R, the Quickie Q6M, as well as the Quickie Q5M. Under front loaders, the Elbutt pallet fork, universal bucket, and round barrel fork. The header trailer for the header. The Agco 650 weight. And then lastly, the Bachmann MHAL 4320-35. Whew, man, that's a big starting list. So, let's go ahead and jump off a cliff down to our starting farm. So first things first, we're going to make a beeline right to our house and just kind of give you a quick little glance at what the yard looks like and Now this I think is a cool feature. You got this pond right here in the middle of your kind of farm here, and a American flag right there in the middle of it. That's kind of a cool feature. All just surrounded by trees, and you got your Aquatrans parked at the edge of the pond. And over here, this is our house. We wanted to make a beeline directly to it because there's something we got to see right behind it. Oh, little dog house right there. Right up front, we have our sleep trigger. And around the side here... Ooh, hey. Wardrobe trigger. Now, this is our chicken barn. Normally you have a load point for your chickens, or for any animal for that matter. You have the load point for your feed, but you don't get the disc here to tell you where to input your animals. But I did notice that if I walk up to here, open animal dialog, and if you click on it, you can load in your chickens. Now, what's kind of weird about this is you've got the pen right there. It's built up onto the kind of side of the mountain. I loaded chickens into this because you can hold up to 300. And if I go ahead, there are no chickens. None here. They're just kind of not there. Now, that's not to say, because according to the pen, the pasture here, it says we have 300 chickens. They're just not here. I don't know where they're at. I haven't seen them floating around the yard. Now, one thing that I found kind of interesting, like I thought was really cool about this map, and here's the thing, is your chickens may be up there somewhere. The reason I say that is, follow me over here to the next barn. Right here is the sheep pasture. Now you can see there's nothing here to hold them in. But if we purchase, again, there. We're at our limit. If we come back here... Oh. Now I know when I came through here before, there was a ton of sheep just kind of hanging out. And yeah, that's rather interesting. I don't know why. When I came to do my walkthrough before, there were just sheep kind of hanging out there in the valley. Now I don't know where they would be. Here, let's do a little overview. Huh. Well, I got some missing sheep. Hopefully they come back soon. Anyways, come over to this side of the yard. Just beyond this here. Through this little thicket of trees, you've got your cow barn. Oh, and forgot to mention, 300 chickens can fit into the chicken coop, and 300 sheep at the sheep pen, sheep pasture. Here, you have a cow barn. 500 is its limit. Oh. Okay. Hey, look. There's cows. I'm happy about that. So at this point, we've got to run back to the shed that's beside the house there, and we need to pick up our truck. Now, if you open some of these doors, you'll see that some of our starting equipment's in these, actually, vast majority of our starting equipment are in these barns. And over here we got another barn that has our semi-truck and trailer, our animal trailer. But right here, this is the one we're looking for. This has our truck, as well as our John Deere little Gator there. And now, I'll go ahead and kind of just take a look around, go up to the northeast-ish a bit, and check out the next pen. Now, the reason that I poured it in a bunch of money is there's a ton of factories, tons of them, that are available to purchase. That it's actually really cool because they all kind of link together and they all very much work together. And they're just unique. They're things that you don't see on other maps. So I was pretty excited when I saw all this. Over here you can see we have the pigsty. 300 is the limit at this one. And just to check this one, because why not? Look, we got pigs. So 2 out of 4 is not bad. Over here is the first of our productions. This is the feed production. You can purchase this for $60,000. If you do, excuse me, you can see we can make silage from grass. And if you look, you can see that symbol right next to the silage there. That's compost. So it's a byproduct from this process here. You can also make silage from alfalfa, if you harvest that. You can make cow feed, aka TMR, from hay, black beans, and sunflowers. And again, you're going to get TMR as well as compost. And then pig food you're going to make using corn, barley, soybeans, and potatoes. And again, you're going to get pig food as well as compost. So very nice. That's cool that it's its own kind of unique system here. Hopping back into the truck. Oof. I was looking at my notes. I should have been paying attention where I was going. And you got this big old facility back here. Like, this is really cool. I like this a lot. I come around the corner right here. This is the next production. This is the drying station. You can purchase this for $100,000. And if we do, you can bring your planks, wood beams, and planks 3. I think they're like basically a 1, 2, and 3 kind of system. You bring those various ones here and you can dry them out and make dry boards 1, 2, and 3. Come around the back side over here. Our next production. This is the Rogue River Sawmill for $100,000. You can purchase that. And unlike the new Platinum DLC, this one has its own thing going on here. So you can bring wood and coal to make wood boards 1, wood beams, and planks. And you can see all the various outputs and inputs here. If we go over to the side here, this is the train transfer silo. So you can take your train, dump out here, and load into your trailers and whatnot right there in that downspout. Over here is the train rent point. Just took those two and just smashed them together, didn't I? Come out the front here. Around this side, right here is the animal dealer. Again, you can load directly into the various pens that you have placed. And around the back side here, you have the bale sale sell point. And then right back here is also the bale sale sell point. So you can load bales onto the train and sell them directly from there, which I think that's actually really cool. Now from here, make a right. And right here, off to our left, this is the Mi Familia restaurant sell point. Right back here. If we keep going down here, now here to our left, you have the gas station right here. Over here, you have the Rogue River Market sale point. And then I'm going to go around the backside here. And this is your main shop. So you can have a repair trigger right here, another repair trigger right here, and the shop menu right here. Now around the back side here, right there is the grocery mart sell point. And now pull out. So this next part that we're approaching actually kind of confused me when I first got on here. So if we pull in here. Alright, so what we're going to do real quick is we're going to take a look at the map and see where we've been, what we've seen. So, we started right about here. We ran down the side of the cliff and we checked out everything here at the farm. Came up here, saw our pig barn, and then stopped at our first production, the feed production. Came up here to the drying station, then to the Rogue River sawmill, the train transfer silo, came out up to here. Oh, and we also saw that rent train point. Came up here and we saw the animal dealer, the bale sales, and the bale sales. Came out to the main strip, came down here and took in the Mi Familia, I cannot click on it, Mi Familia restaurant. Then pulled back out. We saw the gas station, the Rogue River Market sale, as well as the vehicle shop, the repair trigger, and shop menu trigger. Came back out, went around the back side of the grocery mart, and then came down to here. Now, what confused me specifically was the symbol that you see here. This symbol normally indicates that it's a production chain. But in reality, it's not a production chain. This is the used tire buy point. You can see here, this symbol indicates that you can load into trailers. And at this particular location, you come over and you don't buy because you're not charged anything, but you basically get used tires from this trigger point here. And you can use the used tires for production points down the line. Just cut through the grass here. The next production, which is right here to our left, is the wash plant. You can purchase this for $80,000. If we go in here, if you have Stream Pay, which is, I believe, a type of like dirt for almost like panning dirt, I think. Don't quote me on that one. And methane, you get the river sand, dirt, and sand. And then same thing for a separate one. If you have the Stream Pay and coal, you get gold. Alright, from here, Head down just a little bit further. To the tar production. For $60,000 you can purchase this one. And with the tires, which is we were just talking about a few stops ago, and some kerosene, you can make tar. Now, a little bit further down the road, to right around the backside here, this is the empty pallet production for $96,000. You can purchase this. And you can see with either wood chips, the wood beams, the planks, or the planks, you can make some empty pallets. Now, up here to our right behind this house is a rent train trigger. Make a left there. Off to our left here, this is the asphalt production. You can purchase this for $80,000. And with tar, gravel, sand, and methane, you can make asphalt. So you can start to see over the past several ones that we've done, you can kind of see how several of these production points are really like linking together and, you know, kind of creating their own like unique mesh, which is really cool. I really like it personally. Right here is the next one. This is the steel factory for $110,000. You can purchase this one. And for this, coal, iron ore, equals metal. Now if we head down here a little ways, off to the left, that is the Red Marble, sorry, looking at my notes, the Red Marble Bowling Restaurant. That is a sell point. Now, as you can see, this is the biogas plant, but no triggers are showing up, which means we got to take a look at the map. While we're doing that, we'll see where we've been and what we've seen. So we last saw the used tires, came down to the wash plant, and then the tar production. Saw the empty pallet production, passed by the rent train trigger, as well as then seeing the asphalt production. Then the steel factory, the Red Marble Bowling Restaurant, and now we're back up to here. Now, if you show the farmlands view, you purchase farmland number 55 for $13,468. Now, you got the Rogue Rigger for biofuels. If we come up to this, look at all those active products right there. Whew. Yeah, as you can see, there's a lot of stuff that can go in here. You've got grass, potatoes, silage, slurry, manure, sugar beet cut, canola, sunflower, corn, wood chips, coal, and crude oil. Tons and tons of products can go in here, and they each produce different things. So you've got some that can produce the methane, the digestate, diesel exhaust fluid, or DEF, and kerosene. So that's where you can get your kerosene from, is from this production point here. So that's really cool. And all these various recipes, you can see the grass does this combination here. Potatoes, silage, slurry, manure, sugar beets cut, canola, sunflowers, corn, wood chips, coal, and crude oil. So yeah, tons of stuff going on at each one of these productions. It's a kind of a lot to kind of wrap your brain around at times. You really gotta like pay attention to what productions do what, where you can get each product. Like, it's pretty intense. And now this is the church sell point. Now from here, Need to do a little bit of backtracking. Make a right. Now our next point of interest is another animal pen, as you can see here off to the left. This is a cow pasture. You do have access to this, but if you don't own the land, you then can't do anything with... if you can get equipment and stuff in here, then you can't like mow the grass or anything like that because you don't own the land. So just a thought, something to keep in mind. You can fit up to 200 cows in here. Does require water because it's a pasture. Pulling ahead just a little ways and making a left, you'll see another pasture, and this one is for horses. Again, requiring water because it's a pasture. 16 horses, what you can hold here. And you also see prices are really expensive. Like for transport. Like I don't recall it being this expensive to transport. I could be wrong. Maybe it's because I had it increased too high. Going down here, just a little ways, heading back towards the farm. But before we get there, we cut into the side of the mountain. Actually, you know what? While this will actually be a good... Hey, it's a chicken. I found my chickens. Ha ha ha! Cool. So they must be up on the hillside there. The chickens that we bought. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here and I'm going to grab a trailer of some sort. A tractor and trailer. Just so I can show the next thing. Because similar to the used tire, this next one, if we look at the map, we're here at the Rogue River, biogas, went up to the church sell point, came back down, past the rent train, saw the cow pasture, the horse pasture, and then we came to here. We're going to run back to the farm just real quick to pick up tractor and trailer. And do I have one in here? I don't. Nope. What about here? Oh, yes, here we go. Alright. So the reason I didn't do this for the used tires is because there's only one available product to get from the used tire, which is tires. But for this one, you can actually get several components. So I figure it'd probably be a good... Oh, there's another chicken. Kind of buried in the road. And we're gonna head up to the side here, up the mountain road. So right back here. And you can see it says start filling. Now from here, we can purchase sand, clay, coal, and actually it's not even purchase. I gotta stop saying purchase. You don't buy these, they're just given to you. But you got your tar dirt, your stones. You can just get stones. Gravel, asphalt. Like, you got so much stuff you can get right here if you need it. So, just to kind of show, let's go coal. And you can see my money did not go down, but I've got a full trailer load of coal. So now we're going to run back to the truck and continue the tour. And that is the old mine shaft sell point, or buy point, I should say. but it's not really a buy point as much as a give point. Now from here, I'm going to go across the tracks here. Right back here. Around the backside here, this is the fairground sell point. As you can see, they've got like a monster truck fairground right here, which I think is really cool. Now, let me just take a look at my notes real quick. Yes, okay. So from here, we're going to continue heading south along the river here to our next production point. Right here. This is the paper factory. Or the paper plant. For $80,000 you can purchase this. And bring your wood chips here, you can make paper. And now we've got to go up this roadway here, this kind of mountain road. And yeah, you definitely need some vehicles with either some horsepower or completely empty to get back on some of these roads, because whew, you've got some big ups and downs, and if you don't have the horsepower or you're too loaded with weight, you're not going to go too far. All right. Now we are at the Gold Bar Factory. Piney Run Smelting. Okay. Gold Bar Factory for $60,000. You can purchase this. And now you can take that gold as well as coal and make gold bars. And I'm going to show you just the difference between the two products. So if we come down here, here we go. So gold has a maximum sell point for $4,500. So there's almost no difference between the two. But gold bars, $21,000 right now. It says it's only supposed to peak at $8,900, but that's a bit different right there. Now, will that adjust the next month you get into? Maybe. But right now, $21,000. So at this point, we need to backtrack out of here. Now, I will say, if you have small vehicles like the truck or anything like that, drive on these roads carefully, because there's a bit of undulation, and well, not even a bit, a lot of undulation. And if you're not paying attention or tired or distracted, whatever the case may be, you're going to go somewhere you don't want to go. It's just going to happen. And it's just going to spell disaster. So now we're going to head back towards the fairgrounds, but we're going to drive directly past it. And onto a part of the map that quite honestly confused me. I'm not 100% certain what to make of it, and it's might be perfectly fine, but just seemed odd to me. So I turned a little early, but that's okay. So this part didn't confuse me. This is the train sale point. So this is a sell point for your train whenever you have product on it. But this is what confused me. Is this looks like the continuation of a road, and you're having to cross over and over again the tracks. But right here, it looks like, hey, I'm having to drive on the tracks. So I'm not 100% certain what I think about that, because just personally, I don't know if that makes sense to me, just having to drive over and over the tracks all the time, especially ones that are designed like this. Maybe if the tracks were raised up, I don't know. I don't know. Anyways, this is the furniture production, the Rogue River furniture. You can purchase this, and now you can make furniture from wood, wood planks, dry boards, more planks, and more wood beams. So all these inputs can then make you the outputs of furniture and wood chips. Which is funny because, or no, never mind, ignore that part. I thought there was a wood chip furniture, but I was wrong. Anywho. And just want to double check something really quick. Okay. So I think that's an input for your wood from the train. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. That's a kind of an input part for your train if you have wood being carried on the train. So again, this is what confuses me. Is this looks to me like a road, or it's supposed to be a road. But if you're not paying attention, the train comes up on you, you don't have your map up, you're going to have a pretty bad day. So coming back across. Whoa. Oh. I needed to turn there. Yes, here we go. Now here we're going to have to go really deep into the woods for the next production. Again, tons and tons of forestry to be done on this map. You're going to have, if you are somebody who loves to do forestry, then you are going to love this map. And even if you're not, I mean, just having the whole northwest corner dedicated to farming, contracts and the lot, you can do farming on this map too. You don't have to do, forestry. Now, I thought this was a cool little feature. This is a walking path. You come down here. They took a cargo container and made it into a walking bridge. I think that is just a cool little thing that, you could actually see somebody doing. Like in real life, not just in this game, but in real life. Just taking a shipping container and just turning it into like a makeshift bridge. Now, continuing down here, this, in the corner, is the crude oil production. Come over here. Purchase this for $60,000. And if you take sand or river sand P, I think that's probably a typo, but I could be wrong, you'll make crude oil. And now, head back the long trip back up this windy road. Now this will be a good map for all the Platinum Edition DLC and all that. Being able to use like the yarders and cable systems and winches and all that stuff. Like this is a perfect map. This map was made for all that new equipment that we got on the Platinum DLC. So we're almost out of this part of the woods. We're gonna meet back up with the road. Continue heading east. And now we're just following the same river as we were before. We're just on the opposite side, and you'll see, whoa, right there is the furniture production. We're just going to keep on following. See, that's why I said you got to be careful. If you're going real fast, like I'm trying to get through this tour as fast as I can. I'm approaching an hour of record time. Actually, it hasn't been an hour record time. What am I saying? My numbers are wrong. I just noticed. Anyways. But if you're going too fast, then you're gonna go places you don't want to go, and you're gonna lose your equipment, or you're gonna have to, do something to. Can I go in here? I cannot remember now. I think it's back here. No, this isn't it. Alright, I think that's alright. You know what? It's not a big deal, because I've got to get to this next point to get to the train. So I've got to get to this train rental point over here. And I went the wrong way. I'm trying to catch the train before it gets too far. No! Come back. Alright, so you got your train rental point here. There's a reason why I wanted to rent the train, to get to the last point of interest. So we can just leave the truck over there. It's fine. Come on, train. Come back. And the reason I want to rent the train for this last point of interest, I actually just passed it. It's gonna come whipping on the way back here. There we go. We're going to take the train the rest of the way. We might even do a full lap around, just so you can kind of take something in while I discuss something else. So we want to go a little bit slower than this, because this thing takes forever to stop. I feel like this train is set to go faster than most standard trains on this game. So we are approaching ever so slowly the train loading station. So this, similar to the other quote-unquote buy points, is a place where you can load your train up directly. So if you go to that second to last cart there, similar to the last buy point, quote-unquote buy point that you went to, you can load coal, gravel, iron ore, sand, and that's it. So let's do iron ore. We'll just fill it up. But you can see the last car on the train there is liquid tanks. Right back there. You really can't see it. You can kind of see them back there. So that's enough for the coal. We'll slow down. And then here you can purchase, again, I don't even know if it's purchasing, but herbicide, water, crude oil, liquid fertilizer, and that's it. So let's actually do herbicide. Okay, so you are purchasing this, So potentially base game products, things that are just normally in the game itself, you'll purchase from those purchase points. But the new stuff that's made for this map, you don't purchase. And that is the map. That is Rogue River Valley. It is now time to render my opinion. What do I think of this? Scale of 0 to 5, as always. Well, I'm kind of a mixed bag on this. I desperately want to give this a 5. I desperately do. But then I see things like this off to the right where it just looks like you're kind of hovering off the edge of the map. You've got this giant cliff face off to the left. Like, this is almost like reality breaking to me. Like, it would be excellent if this was almost like river, if you could do like water textures out in that direction. Then that would be, to me, perfect. I think that would be the ideal, because, and you'll see up here a little ways where they did use water as like an outlying border to kind of hide all this giant cliff face, this just sheer drop off. Like I said, I want to desperately give this a 5. I really like what they did. The production chains, all the custom not crops. Well, there is custom crops, alfalfa and black beans. Yeah, you can see right here that water table. It just stops right there. So there's just these really hard transitions that just kind of takes you away from the immersion. I think that if this water was able to continue out into that direction, it'd be perfect. Just absolutely perfect. And there's just little things here and there that I'm not going to say are like deal breakers or anything like that. It's just, they just kind of jar you out of the immersion that is the map. And I really like this map. Like, there's a lot of things about it that are just really, really cool. And here, let's do this. Let's set the cruise control. So, like I said, the chickens. That's one of the things I noticed that was really kind of odd. Oh, there's a sheep on the tracks. I just killed one of my sheep. Ah, poor little guy. That's something else I noticed, is that the animals, specifically sheep, are really juddery. As you can very plainly see there. But this is the backside of the farm right here. This is that little valley that I found the sheep in the last time. So they've got to be, like, the sheep and the chickens are just kind of floating around on the side of this mountain somewhere, kind of thing. I mean, I found one. Wait. Aqua sheep? Did I just see that? Did I just literally see what I think I just saw? Alright, so there's another sheep. I swore I saw a sheep in the water. Maybe it was this one here just coming out? Oh, my goodness. I don't know. But anyways, despite all the issues, and it's not even issues, it's just polishing. The sheep, the chickens, the juddering, like, whoa. So yeah, they obviously do kind of hang out on the side of the hills here. So I'm sure if I just kind of looked around and really searched, I could find several of them just kind of floating around. But despite those issues, there's just so much on this map that really, like, really sets it apart and really makes it unique. And with all that in mind, even with the issues, I would give this a solid 4. And I think that once they kind of go through and address some, again, ignore this was me. When they address some of the the laggy sheep or the missing chickens or whatever the case may be. Oh, it's game cartridges. That's the collectible. That's cool. But once they address all that, then I would every bit of a solid 5. I really, really like this map. I like the way that it's laid out. I like that it gives you the options between just normal farming, and you got a good chunk of the map that to dedicate to that, or you can just do like forestry, tons and tons of forestry. Now, I didn't notice a way to get in and out of this pasture kind of deal. That I would love to see updated to where you have like a gate or something. Now, I could be wrong about that. I haven't walked around this whole fence, but it really doesn't look like there's any way to get in here because this is a ton of grass that's just going unutilized. And it'd be great to be able to use it. Now, you can get all this grass if you own this lot here, but again, it's things like that just there was so much thought and whatnot put into the productions and all this stuff that there's just these kind of little things that could be tweaked and made just that much better. And I've again really really like this map. I think this after the tweaks are done, home run, absolute ace. So that's how I feel about it. I hope you enjoyed this map tour. If you did, please show me by liking, sharing, subscribing, following, commenting, doing all the things the algorithms enjoy you doing that shows you're engaged with this channel and enjoying the content. And that being said, I hope you have a fantastic day. Take care.